Hey guys, I am back for the mini album and just to hang out for a little bit. So, a couple of things. Number one, I have been talking to a wonderful young lady named Cheryl, and we've kind of been going back and forth, and I've really been trying to encourage her to get a YouTube channel, and you guys, she finally did it. She made her very first YouTube channel, and her very first video for her YouTube channel, and it's CG for You, and it is that right there. So hopefully you guys can see that. Now I think about it, is that backwards for you guys? Because I'm looking at my monitor and I just realized that it might be backwards for you. But it's CEEGEE, the number 4, and then you. And I just realized I didn't turn this on, and I don't have my mat. So I hope everyone is having a awesome and come here. Okay, let's try this. Because when I turned on my light earlier, the glare was down here, and hopefully it's not too bad. Oh, and there's more glare up there. Maybe it's up there. Where is it? Yep, just up here. Okay. Sorry, guys. I thought I had myself prepared. It wouldn't be an Amy channel or an Amy video if I didn't have something not prepped and ready to go. Anywho, so CG for You. Also, Dana Faber. I don't know if I'm saying your last name right, but I'm talking to you, girl. You're another one that I've been talking to on and off about possibly doing a YouTube channel. I hope you found a charger, and I hope that all is going well, and we see you soon, because I'm totally excited to see what you ladies come up with for the rest of us to enjoy. So, like I said, please, please, please go check out Cheryl's channel. I can't wait to see what she comes up with for us, because she sounds like she's got a lot of goodies planned. And I quite honestly, what am I looking for? Oh, my garbage can. Oh, boy. I quite honestly could use as much inspiration as I can get right now. Has anybody ever gotten, like, in a mojo rut where you just kind of, you look at a project and you know you got to get it done, and you've got a deadline, and the more you look at it, the more blah it seems. So, yeah, I'm kind of in a rut right now with these albums. I don't even want to look at them. So bad. I know. You guys are, you all have the right to smack me and say get your butt in gear, because it's October, and I have about 2 weeks to get these mailed out. I have this one, for the most part done. It just needs to be embellished. This is one we've been working on and off for the last couple weeks. And then I have this one here. Oh, if I can grab it without having all my other papers fall. This one here that I've been working on and off, semi-embellished. Not quite done, but getting there. And then I have 3 on the side that are completely done. So that is 5. I've centered 3. Center 2 or 3. I think I center 3. So I still need to get 2 more done. And I'm stuck. I look at it and I have no idea what I want to do with them. I don't know where I want to put pockets. I don't know where I want to put tags. I don't know where I want to put flowers. I don't know. I hope somebody else has felt like that, because honestly, this has never happened to me where I've just completely been mojo drained and I don't know what to do. I mean, you know, I'm new to the crafty world, so 9 times out of 10, I don't know what to do anyway, because I don't know what I'm doing. But I've never been at such, like, a standstill where I look at the page and it's blank and I can't think of what to do with it. I don't have a clue. No idea. And I keep flipping through it and keep flipping through it and thinking, okay, it's going to come to me, it's going to come to me. And then I keep flipping through it and I keep flipping through it and I got nothing. So hopefully somebody else has felt like that, so I'm not completely alone. I've tried cleaning up my craft room a little bit, see if that helps with the mojo. I had someone request doilies from me, so here's some of them. I don't know if you can, well, let me just pull one out so that way you can see it. I don't want to say the name wrong, but I believe it's Rosie. Rosie? So that's the white one. And there's 5 of them in there for you. And then the cream one. So some might look a little bit bigger than others. It all depended on how my hands were doing that day, but for the most part, they're about 2.5. So I've tried making these, and I've got a couple more colors that she's requested. And then I've tried making cards, because I need to get my little tushy in gear with all this Happy Mail. You guys rock. You sent Scarlett a Happy Mail that we received yesterday and opened up. So she's been playing with those goodies. I made a scarf. What else have I been up to? Oh, so I went to the scrapbooking expo today with a buddy of mine. And I found these. Can you guys see those without too much of a glare? It's a pendant tray kit. And I've never done anything that has to do with jewelry before other than, like, you know, the strands that you buy at Michael's and then you tear them apart. But that's what I made today. And there's 16 different little pendants in there, and I just thought they were so cute. So I kicked my butt in gear. Oh, just kidding. Kicked my butt in gear, and I made these. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I made them. Like I said, there's 16 different ones in here. It was actually a really cool kit. I don't know if you guys can see, like, kind of sort of all the different ones back there without too much of a glare. But it was, like, Paris themed, and it was really pretty, and it came with the 16, what does that say? 16 pendant trays, 16 1x1 glass squares, which these weren't squares. They, you know, obviously they were circles. You got 2 ounces of the Fantastic Glaze and Glue, and then 24 of these dots, those little pink dots. So you use those, and then you take, once you're done gluing the thing onto the picture, you take this piece and attach it to the picture to the metal piece. I was a little nervous about that. I don't know how well that, I mean, they seem to stick okay. I mean, they're banging around in this bag and they're still, you know, intact. I mean, it's not like, I mean, it wobbles. I don't know if you can see it moving. Maybe not. Maybe if I hold it closer. But, like, can you see how the image is moving? I don't know if it's supposed to do that. But, again, I've never done this before. We did a make and take, and it was really cool. So, that was a lot of fun. And I own my very first Xyron. I'm so excited. These little things are so cute. So, I bought a ton of stuff. I saved up a whole bunch of babysitting money, and I did, I don't know if you guys can see the little Paris in there. It's kind of hard to see. My light, of course, goes directly on it, so you can't really see it. And it doesn't seem like no matter which way I turn it, oh, I get glare everywhere. Okay, well, I tried. I tried. Let's see, what else do I have in here? Let's see if we can see that one. You guys see that one? Maybe? Kind of, sort of? A little bit? I'm going to go with a little bit. Okay, so anywho, so yeah, we went and a buddy of mine actually needed to get her hair done, so she gave me some money for that. And I sold my first canvas. I'm never going to get these canvases done at this rate. So my buddy comes over and wants to get her hair done, and she's like, you know, I'll give you some extra money for your, I know you're going to the Scrapbook Expo. I thought you'd want to make a little bit of money before you go. And so I did her hair because, mind you, I'm a beauty school dropout. I got 95% of the way done with the hair. I was ready to move on to the nail section of the schooling before I dropped out. So I don't know everything there is to know about hair. A lot has changed in the last almost 10, oh my gosh, it's been almost 10 years. That is redonkulous. Totally didn't even realize that. Anywho, a lot has changed in the last 10 years with product and things like that, and I haven't kept up on it because I don't even do my own hair. But, so, I had a whole thought process to that, could you tell? And right out the window it went. Oh, and I got these. Sorry, guys. It's going to be kind of a random video tonight, I think. I have a feeling. I don't know if you guys can see those. Those are like alphabets. Alphabets. Oh, goodness. Those are letters in the alphabet. And there's little, like, there's, like, little holes there, and then there's, like, pieces that pop out. You pull them apart, and you stick them together, and you make your sentiments. Because the good Lord knows I can't stamp straight to save my life. And I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. And they had them 50% off, so I was really excited. So I haven't played with them yet, but I'm gonna. So I need to get my button gear, because I have way too many projects to get done. Oh, that's what I was talking about, my canvas. Duh. Anywho, I have way too many projects to get done to be at a stalling point now. Does that make sense? I don't know if it's because I have perhaps overwhelmed myself with too many projects at one time. Because I'm like panicking. I want to get, you know, Halloween cards. My son wants to give out little Halloween cards and do the little door hangers. And my other daughter would like to do little goodie bags. And I don't know if my oldest daughter wants to do anything. She doesn't seem really interested in doing any of that with her junior high buddies. But and then, like I said, I'm working on cards. I would show you the inside of the card, but I already wrote in it for the person that it's going to. So, not that it's really exciting. Let me see if I can just kind of... I have chicken scratch. I don't want the person to know who's getting it. You see, like, well, hello. Little ribbon, and then a little sticker down here, and then I wrote all over it with my chicken scratch. But I have all the pre-made cards ready to go for all the Happy Mail that's been sent, and letters, and things like that. And oh, also, Debbie, Dewdrop Gables. I have tried to respond to some of your comments, and for some reason, the last 2 comments that you sent me, it won't let me respond. I don't know what's going on. But if you get a second, just PM me. I want to... See, here I go with another crafty thing. But this is something I really, really want to do. I want to know about your, I don't know, I honestly, I have such a bad memory. I apologize. I don't remember if you said it was your daughter or your daughter-in-law who's having a baby soon. But I want to make you a little something, something. So if you could PM me, let me know if you know the sex of the baby, or, because for some reason I'm having it stuck in my head that you said it was a girl, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And I don't want to, you know, make you something for a girl and then find out it's a boy and then look completely foolish. So, like I said, Debbie from Dewdrop Gables, if you get a second, can you... Boy, I really hope it's you, Debbie. Because I'm going to feel really, really stinking you-know-what if it's not you. But I'm like 99% sure it was you and me talking about it. If not, please, whoever it was that I was talking to, let me know that I said the wrong name. And if it is, Debbie, PM me. Can you tell it's going to be one of those kind of nights? What else has been going on? I really, really, really want to get into scrapbook layouts. I think that's what my problem is. I get involved in something, and then something else new comes up, and then I want to do that instead because it's new. So, like, I made my canvases. I made my first canvas. It was supposed to be for my mother-in-law, and apparently I'm keeping that one. And then I made another one for my mother-in-law, and I just sold it because the lady, my buddy's daughter, came with her when I did her hair, and she, like, cried because she was so excited about it. And I didn't have the heart to tell her no, so because I can just make another one, you know what I mean? So, sold that. So I'm back down to one canvas that is not being used for a Christmas gift. So I thought I had 2 Christmas gifts done. I was like, yes. And now they're no longer Christmas gifts. I got to get my button gear on these. So that's my question for tonight. What do you guys do when you're in a rut? What do you guys do when you're stuck? Because I'm afraid to keep going and make it look like I just slapped something together. Because I don't want it to look like that. I want her to know that, you know, I put my heart into it, and I try to make each album different, and I put a little piece of me every time I make anything, actually. So I don't want her to think that, I don't want her to be able to look at it and go, whoa, boy, what happened there? Because this looks terrible. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I keep thinking just like, I don't want to just put photo mats because I've been really good about like putting pockets in there and hidden pockets, and that's the stuff that she's really like interested in. But again, I don't know. So, like I said, any suggestions, I am more than willing to hear them because like I said, I am stuck. And it is 1:10 in the morning. I have been staring at this album since about 11 o'clock trying to figure out what I'm going to say and what I'm going to do for tonight with it. And I just decided, you know what? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. And I just want to hang out with my peoples. So I turned on the camera and I started chit-chatting. Of course I did. 16 minutes in. See how well that went? I'm trying to look at like the embellishments. See if I can get like inspiration from these. I feel really bad because I didn't want to miss another week. And, you know, I didn't want to concern anybody because I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. I just have no mojo. I have no oomph to get these albums done. Let's see what we got here. So I figure I'll talk with you guys as I'm thinking this through and putting it together. These I think are just the gold ones mostly. There's a couple little random pieces in here. Scarlett has been going crazy with her scrapbooking. So I'm seriously going to have to get her own little scrap room or a little desk or something that's just for her. Because, y'all, she's catching up to me with the stuff she's getting. You guys are amazing. And she's been really sweet. She's been sharing with her brother and her sister. Brianna, who is my second oldest, she's with her mom this weekend, hanging out. And, speaking of update, yeah, this has been interesting. Are you guys ready to hear something totally crazy? So, Brianna's the one, my second oldest, who is getting picked on at school by that, I'm not allowed to say those words on YouTube, I'm sure, because I don't have a bleeping machine, but that kid, at school, and so she was supposed to have a meeting with her counselor on Tuesday, and she forgot, I guess, and so, you know, we walked home, and when we got home, she did her homework, and then she came running to me, and she was, like, in panic mode, because it's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and she forgot that she had a meeting with the counselor. Well, there's nothing we can do now. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, your counselor's gone. You know what I mean? So I was like, don't worry about it. Well, you know, go in there, and we'll talk to her tomorrow after school, and we walk home. Well, we go to walk up to the front, because the way the school is set up, oh, look, I have a little map. You ready? So here's the front door, and then there's a wall here, and then there's 2 doors here where the kids come running out when they're let out of school. But there's like a gate on the inside of the school, so you can't walk past there when you go in the front office, and you can't go inside to walk to the front office. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So, you know, I had to wait here for her to come out, her and my son to come out, and then we walked around to the front. Well, when we walked around, he was nowhere in sight. When we walked over here, he's sitting here, tying his shoe, and his sister is inside. So we walk in, you know, polite, wait our turn, don't say anything, make 0 eye contact, just mind our business, you know, ask Brianna how her day was, and chit-chatting or whatever, waiting our turn, and she turns around, eyeballs me. Now, mind you, I don't even think she goes to this school. I'm not sure, because she's, like, huge. She's taller than me. I mean, not that I'm really tall. I'm all 5'1", but she's taller than me, and she's bigger than me, and, like, that's a little creepy, because, holy crud, I just can't picture her still being in elementary school, but she could be. I don't know. Anyways, not the point. So, we go to the counter, and we're, like, making the appointment and the arrangement so Brianna can meet up with her counselor the next day during her homeroom class, I think it's called, or something. And, so we're talking to the lady at the front desk. This little boy comes up and is, like, standing behind me like he's waiting in line. And I'm getting really frustrated. And I don't say anything. I just, you know, brush it off, because the whole point was we were supposed to forget about it and move on. I'm still mad about it, if you can't tell. But I'm following the orders, and I'm brushing it off, and I'm moving on. You know what I mean? I'm being a good girl. I'm behaving myself. And, so we, set up her appointment or whatever, and then he leans over and starts asking questions and whatever he was talking about. It didn't matter. I wasn't involved. It wasn't my business. So we all walk out, and Brianna's just trembling, and I'm like, what is going on? She's like, he is still kicking me. He will walk by me and try to trip me, and I'm like, how come you didn't say anything to me? And she's like, Mom, I'm trying to get it worked out with counselors. I'm trying to do it on my own. And I'm like, I'm proud of you, kid, for, trying to kick this thing in the butt by yourself. But I'm your backup, man. If he's still getting physical with you and the school's not doing anything to fix it, I kind of need to be aware, because that's when it becomes my problem. You know what I mean? And, because I'm very, very protective of my children. And so, poor Brianna, she just, was tearing up, and she was, freaking out. And, apparently he is still in her classes, by the way, which I'm a little peed off about that. But, right now they're on what they call fall break. So there's nothing I can do about it now, which I didn't find that out, of course, until Friday, because Brianna didn't tell me until Friday, because apparently that was the best time to tell me. But anywho, so I know you guys are all like, what? What's the wow part? You guys ready? So we walk home, check our mailbox, we get in the door. Brianna goes, I got a little bit of homework. I'm going to go get that done. I said, all right. And all of a sudden my doorbell rings. Can you guess who's standing there? Oh, yeah. His sister is standing at my door going, can Brianna come outside? And I went, no. And I slammed the door in her face. So, I don't know if she got the hint or not. Probably not, obviously, because she showed up at my front door. Are you kidding me? Oh, anywho. Oh, man, the thoughts that were going through my head. Sorry, I was like appalled and shocked, because they don't live on our street. So, okay, I'm going to use this as a map again. Here's the school. Here's the little park. You walk here. There's a street here, which is the street they live on. And then you go the next street over, and that's the street we live on. So when we walk home, they turn before we do. How did she know where I lived? I've never seen her on my block before. I've never seen her hanging out with the kids on my block. So I have a very strong feeling this just became a stalker issue, and now I'm mad. Now Mom's involved, and I'm not playing. Because if you're going to come here and disrupt my life at home, we have done nothing to you. We have not bothered you. And this little boy is trying to convince his counselor. Mind you, if I had the number, I would do it, because I'm crazy mom when it comes to protecting my kids. But he tried to tell Brianna that I called his mom, threatening to kill her if he didn't keep his hands off my child. Well, if he firmly believed that was true, why is he still putting his hands on my kid? I don't have an answer for that. And Brianna comes home and she goes, Mom, why did you do that? And I went, Brianna, you are with me every second of every day except for when you're in school. Don't you think you would have heard me cussing someone out? Because I don't do that quietly. That's not a quiet thing. I try not to do it in front of my kids, but it happens. I get mad. I'm human. But don't you think you would have heard me? She's like, well, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I would have. So I guess she went and told him the next day that her mom didn't do that, and it made him mad because she called him out in front of the counselor. And that little boy's just going to have to get over it because I didn't do that. I don't have her number. The school's not going to hand me, their number and go, here, call them. It doesn't work that way. He tried telling the school counselor that the principal is the one who gave me the phone number. Mind you, I don't even know who the principal is. Principal could walk by me at any given moment. I wouldn't even know what he or she looked like. I don't even know if it's a he or she. Not that I need to defend myself, but that's not the point. The point is that this little boy is making up lies about me now. Are you kidding? Seriously. I would love to meet his parents and find out what the heck is going on, because Either that kid is totally, like, ignored or not acknowledged or beaten or something, because this little boy feels like he needs power somewhere else because he's not getting it at home. I don't know if maybe he's not allowed to dress himself when he gets up. Like, he's not allowed to make his own life decisions or something. I don't know. But if that's the case, I feel very, very sorry for him. But just because I let my kid make those choices doesn't mean that she gets to be your target. You know what I mean? It's very frustrating. So that's my update with that whole thing. How many of you just gasped and grabbed your little armrests in your chairs? Right? Isn't that crazy? Cannot believe that happened. And here I am worried about people sending me, bad mail or something. No, I have 6th graders showing up at my door. That's fantabulous. Not really. But anywho, done with that rant, because I know you guys are all concerned about Rihanna, and I really, really do appreciate it. She does too. She really does. It makes her feel better knowing that, because, when you hear it from Mom doesn't know what she's talking about. Mom's just Mom. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm talking about. She can't picture me ever being, 11 years old and her age and awkward and things like, she can't see that. And that's all right. I get it. I was there. I remember what it was like. She's not going to get it. And that's okay. But I have no idea what I'm doing, guys. Talking to you guys makes it easier to just kind of put things down and start playing. So thank you for that, because I didn't know. I've literally stared at this thing all week. And as you can see, I haven't touched it. I don't know if I like that one there. Well, kind of. It's kind of spunky. Yeah, I like that one there. So, I've let her read your guys' comments, and, I'm like, look, these are complete strangers who are telling you to listen to me. Maybe you should listen to them, because they have no idea who you are. They have zero reason to yay or nay you. You know what I mean? I was like, She's like, well, do you know them? Like, well, I don't know them personally. Like, I'm getting to know them a little bit. Some of them, some more than others, and that's fine. But it's, it's not like I go and hang out at your house on Saturday night. I wouldn't mind if any of you guys lived in Arizona. Meet up for lunch or something. But, well, how are you supposed to take advice from people you don't know? I'm like, isn't that what you pay a therapist to do? She just kind of laughed at me. I'm like, no, seriously. This is exactly what you pay a therapist to do. You don't know the therapist. You don't know them from, Joe Schmo down the street. You still talk to him, and you pay him to talk to him, or her, because that's actually what I was going to school for. And, yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. I kind of like it, though. It's kind of nice not to think about it and overstress myself about it, but kind of like that. Oh, I hear classical music playing in my living room. That's not going to make me sleepy. I wish I could play, like, music in the background here, but I'm so afraid of, like, the whole copyright thing. Afraid, like, YouTube's going to come banging down my door. Not that it would ever get that excessive, but I'm one of those crazy people that has such a guilty conscience that, like, I literally cannot sleep at night. Like, my husband laughs at me. Like, today, for example, my husband gave me the credit card, because we have a business credit card because of our .com site, which, of course, is doing nothing right now, which is awesome. But anywho, that's a whole nother story, which we might get around to tonight. Oh my jeez, we're at 30 minutes already. Anyways, oh, it's going to be a really rough album. So, what was I saying? Oh, so anyways, the business card has his name on it. And because I'm so scared that, like, I don't want to say that I'll get in trouble, but I don't want to get in trouble, with Social Security if I get accepted and them go, oh, wait a minute, you have a business card? Well, what's this about? You know what I mean? And then I'm like, I don't know. And then I get in trouble, and then they, like, sue me for everything that I don't have. I know, you guys are you guys laughing? I hear you laughing. Totally hear you laughing right now, and that's okay, because that's just who I am. I'm such an honest person that I can't lie about anything. Well, anyways, the whole point of me telling you that story is that hubby gave me his business card and was like, here, just, here's your limit. Go have some fun. And use your cash for something later, you know, when you see a good sale at Joann's or something. Whatever. Just save the receipts or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but, you know, it doesn't have my name on it. And the worst part is that I haven't switched my, don't laugh, don't laugh. I've been married since April. I know, it's bad. So, we got married, we went to Hawaii, moved to here in Arizona from Vegas, Las Vegas, and it's just been one thing after another that we have not made it down to the DMV so I can switch my name on my driver's license. So my driver's license wouldn't match the business license or the business card. You know what I mean? Because I want everything switched over to Taylor. I don't want my maiden name anymore because my family's crazy. So, you know, it's got his name on it. I'm like, well, what if I use the card and they ID me? He's like, just tell him it's your husband's. I'm like, but I can't prove that. My last name doesn't match. He's like, oh, that's right, I forgot. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't match. He's like, well, just try it. And if they ID you, then they ID you and, you know, just offer to pay in cash. And I'm like, oh, great. Then they're going to flag me and tell me that I stole the card. And he's like, you think way too much about this stuff. I'm like, I do. I'm so, like, I've never been in trouble with the law. I've never done anything, you know, wrong. It's like freaking out. So I just spent all the cash that I earned. And he was like, really? Like, I couldn't do it. He's like, did you even pull the card out? I'm like, no. It stayed right where you put it in my purse. I didn't even move it. It's right there. It freaks me out. I don't want to do anything stupid to get myself in trouble. You know, the best way to stay out of trouble is don't get yourself into it. At least I think, you know. Sometimes being in trouble can be fun, you know. Hanging out with your friends and doing something stupid. That's one thing, but I don't know. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. My buddy Becky was laughing at me too. She's like, You're not lying though. It's really your husband's business card. I'm like, I know that. It's like almost in tears. I was like having a meltdown. She's like, but it's really your husband's card. I'm like, I know. But I can't do it. I have no proof that I'm married. She's like, you have a wedding band. I'm like, that doesn't mean anything. Anybody can buy a wedding band. She's like, wow, you really thought this through. I'm like, I know. I had nightmares about it. Bad, I know. So at least you guys know, honestly, that if you ask me a question, I will give you the honest answer because I literally won't be able to sleep at night until I fix it. It's just who I am. And it's so funny because I don't know where I get that from. Like, I hate to say this, but everyone in my family is a liar. I hate to put it. Maybe it's because they're all liars that I'm like, I don't want to be that way. You know what I mean? So I'm going to try to use up this little crazy stack that I have from when I cut up all these papers. I don't know if you guys remember me showing you that earlier. Like, way few videos ago. But I had to figure out what to do with these scraps. And I'm going to use Becky's idea when I'm done with these albums, if I have anything left, to make them into cards. Because that's what I did with this one. I just used, this is one of the papers that was cut from here. And it's just, these are just a hair too short. Of course, the bigger stack that I have, they're just a hair too short for the, yep. I think they're called A2 size cards. I don't even know the size of them. Is it the 4.5 by 5? 4.5 by 5.5? Somewhere in there. I think it's called the A2 card, but these are just a hair too short. So I think I'm going to use Becky's idea and just, instead of panicking and cutting up all these different papers, I'm just going to take the card base and make it fit this. So I'm not, you know, freaking out because I don't have it. But, yep, so that's going on in my life. I hope you guys are doing good and amazing and crafting like crazy. So back to my crazy questions, because I tend to throw those out there at you guys. Do you guys ever do that? Do you guys ever get like stuck in a rut where you're just looking at your project over and over again going, yeah, I don't know how to finish that. Started it and it was going good, and then you put it down for, you know, whatever reason, because life happens, And then you go back to it and you're like, yeah, I don't know. I hate to say that, but that's how I feel. So that's number 1 question. What was my other question that I had? I knew I should have wrote it down. I wrote down my what do you do when you're in a rut question, but I didn't write the other one down. What was it? Am I going to find anything that matches this paper? Not matches it, but like kind of semi sort of goes with it. I don't know. Does that kind of look weird to you guys? Thinking about doing this and then leaving like this side open maybe. Putting another mat back there. I think that's what I'm going to do. What was my other question? I really wanted to know your guys' answers. I will think of it. Don't know when. How's this good for paper? I don't know if you guys can see that. No, you can't. Oh, bummer. Well, you can kind of see a little bubble in there. No, I did. Oh boy. 24 of these pieces between the 16 in here and the 8 hearts in here in the packet that I bought. I still have 2 hearts left. I don't know what I'm going to do with them because I'm out of images, but that's okay. I'll figure out something to do with them. I'll stick them on a piece of paper or something. But it used like that much glue for the whole thing. So I still have that much left in this whole bottle. So, because I was freaking out because this bottle was like $5 and I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of, or no, it was like $5.95 I think it was. I was kind of freaking out. Do you have to use a lot? I'm really kind of cheap when it comes to that stuff because I don't have a lot, so I try to make what I have last for as long as I can make it last. I don't try to hoard anything. Well, sometimes. I can't lie. That's the other thing Scarlett's doing. I've got to record her talking to herself when she is crafting one of these days. I think I'm actually going to make her get up here and do cards up here with you guys. I'm going to try. I don't know how well it's going to work, but we're going to try it. Because I want you to see what she does. She is so stinking funny. She grabs everything and throws it all down onto one card. And I'm like, yeah, okay, but if you do that, you don't have enough for any other cards. Oh. So then she'll take everything off and put like one thing down. Is that better? I'm like, well, you can put what you want on there, baby. You just, you got to make sure you have enough for the rest of them. So then she'll think about it, and then she'll think about it, and then she'll think about it. And like with her little tapes, she's decided that she needs to put little bits of all of the tapes that she has gotten inside her little books that she's received, so that way she will always have a piece. She goes, but Mommy, what if I don't get any more? And I said, well, we'll try to find you some, which thank you, Becky, for that. I'm going to run up to Michael's the next time I have a coupon and a chance to get up there, because Becky let me know that those little tapes can be found at Michael's next to the Hello Kitty section in the kids section, which I'm never in the kids section, so I didn't know they were there. So Scarlett will be very, very... You know what? I'm just peeking over because she's laying down next to me, and she's sleeping, so I don't want her to hear me because she's sneaky like that. But she maybe thinking I can do that for her for Christmas. I think she'd have a blast with that. I think that'd be really cute. Oh, she'd die if I got her little... Oh, just picture her little face. I really wish that it wasn't so crazy with all the media and stuff. I would totally show her face to you guys so you guys could see her cute little face when she's opening everything up. Because unfortunately, I get to enjoy that, but you guys don't. And I feel bad because I can't share that with you guys, but unfortunately, there are way too many loony boonies out there that I can't do that to my kid. I love y'all, but she comes first. And I can't sacrifice her like that. She is so stinking cute, though. If you guys haven't already, friend me on Facebook, and you guys can see her face that way. I have no problems with that. Anyone who's come up that I've seen that friends me on Facebook, because it used to be that, like, if I didn't know who you were in person, and I haven't shaken your hand or given you a hug, kissed you on the cheek, you're not getting on my friends list. But a lot of you are like, you know, friends with Gareth and Jane and Amy from Amy Made It. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a YouTube buddy. Got it. Because a lot of you guys have, you know, crafty names for your YouTube, and then you have your names on Facebook, so I don't recognize the names, and I'm like, I don't know. So I see what friends we have in common. I'm like, okay, cool. That's fine. So, yeah. And I think I still have my picture on Facebook of all the kids from the wedding, because that's like my favoriteest photo to date right now. All of them at the wedding. There's a little smudge on that. It's driving me crazy. It's not sticky, though, so my little thing won't work. Well, okay, so that's going in there. So, if you guys have any suggestions for this album, granted, it's going to be kind of hard because you guys don't know what I have and what I don't have and how to work it, but this is kind of, you know, what I've been doing. Little pockets where she can hide stuff behind it, and, yeah. Oh boy, I'm stuck. Oh, that was my other question. Do you guys ever take on, like, too many, like, do you guys ever think of too many things at one time and then you go into, like, panic mode? Because that's where I feel like I'm at right now. You know, I've got, let me see if I can give you a rundown. You ready? So I've got this album, that other album that I showed you, which is, because I'm going to stop here because I don't want to make it look bad. This bad boy here that's about, I don't know if you guys can see it, about 50% of the way done. Well, 75. Oh, I haven't glued that down yet. Oh, scared myself. I thought I broke it. You know, this one's got 5 more pages to get done. And then 3 more are still yet to do. And I got to get these done and mailed to her, I'm hoping, by next week. So I got to get my mojo going because I'm freaking out. So this needs to get done. And then I have, I think, 12 or 13 canvases I got to recount and figure out who all I'm sending a canvas to. So I have those to get done before Christmas. And then my son, like I said, I think I'm just going to do like 3x3 cards. I might even be a really bad mommy and just go buy some to save the headache from that. So I have those, and I think he's got 32 kids in his class, plus his teacher. I have, like, I feel really bad because I keep talking about sending cards, and, you know, Becky, I apologize. I haven't sent your ATC out yet because I want to make you a card, and Scarlett really wants to make you a card and send some goodies your way. So I haven't sent that out yet, and I want to try to get it all done at once so I can just bam, done, and send it all out. That's not going to happen. I want to send these things out and get them out of here so that way not everyone's waiting, you know, people aren't waiting on me because I feel really bad. So cards to do, canvases to do, albums to do, Halloween to do. Oh, and my buddy who I went to the scrapbooking expo, her mom asked me if I could make her sister a wreath, a little wreath with the coffee filter flowers, which I've had a couple people request that I do that on video. So maybe I'll do that next week because I'm going to call it quits with these, to be honest with you guys. I don't want to bore you with them anymore. I think we're on like video 28 or something like that with these guys. Not really. I think we're on video 7, somewhere in there. Anywho, so I need to get that going because I think she comes out in 2 weeks and then she's here for a week, and her mom wants me to have it done before she flies home, so she has it. So I got to make a little wreath for her, and then I'm sorry, honey. I think I'm pretty sure your name is Rosie that I'm talking to. She's so sweet. She's like, don't worry about, you know, the time frame. It's okay. Just whenever you're ready. My big thing is I don't like making people wait. It freaks me out because I have such a bad memory. I will forget. And the worst part is that I'll write it down somewhere and then I can't remember where I wrote it. So I'm like flipping through all these books and pages and I'm like, I know it's here somewhere, and then I find out it's in the wrong book, and and then I want to make scarves like these guys. I'm sure you guys have seen these. My next door neighbor is trying to get me in some scrapbook yard sale thing that they do. They have one here in town, and then they also have a Facebook site. So they're trying to get me on that, and then, so like I think that right now I'm thinking about too much at once instead of just doing one thing and moving on, one thing and moving on. You know, like right now I'm working on 2 albums and I'm embellishing both of them, so I'm like freaking out. And I really want to get back to doing my canvases because those were so, like, a sigh. Just a sigh of relief for me. I had no idea that those would be so relaxing for me to do. Yeah, was there anything else? See, and the other thing that's awesome about doing YouTube videos, Cheryl, is that if you have projects that you want to do, you mention them in your video. And then that way you can, go back to your videos and know, okay, I mentioned it at the end. I always mention my stuff at the end. And then you can just fast forward through your own video and rewatch it. And bam, you got your own list. Because that's what I do. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what I do. So that's why I tell you guys, like, if you ever wonder why I, spiel my whole crafty memo board at the end of my videos, it's because I'm making them for me, but I'm sharing it with you. Does that make sense? So, anywho, I think I'm going to stop here. I hope you guys have a fantastic and crafty week. Please go check out Cheryl at CG42. Dana, keep writing to me, girl. I sent you a huge long PM. I don't know if you got it. YouTube's kind of funky. I get, like, all my notifications when you guys leave me comments on my videos, but I have no idea when anybody PMs me. So if anybody knows how to get notifications or the little bell thing to show a number when you get a private message, please let me know how to do that, because I don't know. I don't even know if that's a possibility. Yeah, so Cheryl, Dana, those are the 2 women that I'm hoorahing for. And Cheryl finally got her first one up. I'm so, so excited. She seems just, oh, so sweet in her little video. It's so cute. So, yep, I'm going to leave you guys at that. Again, I hope you guys have a fantastic and crafty week. I can't wait to see what you guys have to say for this video. You guys are amazing and awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in a week. Bye, guys.